Hello, Adam Rayner, Talk Audio TV. Now today I'm with one of my favourite YouTube chaps. This is Mr. Chris Bennett. All right, Keith?
All right, Adam, how you doing?
Oh, very well. You can see he's a little nervous. This is at the beginning of a morning's film, but we're going to look at various stuff.
You're more nervous than me.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, the point is that Chris turned me into a YouTube partner, but only on a video where I shut up and let him do the talking, so I'm going to do that. This is Celsius Ice, the HQ for JL Audio UK, and there are some new amplifiers in particular. These are the XDs, and well, we're going to open this one up, or I am, and Chris can tell you a little bit about it. Why are these special? What have we got here first? What is this?
Okay, Adam, what you've got in your hand is the brand new XD 808. This is very exciting for us. Last year I saw these just before Christmas last year at the factory where they were launched as the new products in the extension of the XD family.
Right.
And these are the big guys. Although they're small, these are the big guns from a power standpoint. There's three new ones in the range now. We have the 808 that you're holding, we have a 1005 and also a 1000 watt mono.
A kilowatt monoblock.
Kilowatt monoblock. And the size that you're holding there, they're all exactly the same size. So the new family,
right.
These are the V2s. They're all exactly the same size. They're just over 14 inches long. Right. Very compact design. They use our patented NexD technology in here, which is a full range Class D switching amplifier. They've been incredibly reliable. They produce superb fidelity and a really compact size. This particular one is one of my favourites. The reason I like this amp is that this is pretty much a first. This is an 8-channel, 800 watt amplifier. So it's 8 by 100 watts and can be used in many different configurations. I've always quite liked the fact that you could take a 4-channel amplifier, sub and a set of speakers. You could then double up the power from the amplifier by bridging to the doors and putting a separate subwoofer amp to run the sub and bring in another sub as well. So you could run this, a configuration is two very big 4-channel amps, and you could bridge them, so you could have effectively 4 by 200 watts. So this could be a chunky 4-channel amplifier. You could do a staggered configuration. You could have 3 by 200 watts running the front end, so you could have left, centre and right, and then have 2 by 75 running the rears. And many other applications. One I particularly like is to be able to run 2 subwoofers separately, using up 2 of the channels, and you could run 4 sets of speakers, or you could put more power into 2 sets of speakers just by bridging up and bringing the channels down. So there are many different configurations that you can use. I personally unwrapped one of these for the first time like you did literally only a couple of weeks ago. They're that new, and actually fitted one into a Land Rover Defender. And that system was a fabulous little system. They had speakers in the rears, 5 and tweeter in the dashboard. We had mid-bass drivers in under the seat, and one of our little CP108 enclosures. And just to take the lid off of this, have you undone it all?
Oh, I know it all. There we go. Ooh, looky cookie.
That's where all the magic happens in there. The thing that I loved about this when I was using it for the first time is really how easy it is to use. You have many different input configurations. It's very easy to set up. It's designed to be that way. It was literally, I had the car pretty much dialed in within about 10 minutes, and it sounded completely awesome. I was blown away with the flexibility of the amp, ease of use, the compact design, and how good it really sounded. A couple of things I want to point out. This is the V2. It's the extension, as I mentioned, of the XD family. But what V2 stands for is we've got some really cool new input switch-on stages now. You have your standard remote turn-on, and you can see on here there is a switch position where you can change it between 3 different levels of turn-on mode. You've got remote, which is your standard remote wire.
That's the blue wire.
We also have signal sensing, and that senses basically an AC signal going into the amplifier when the head unit powers up. Right. When the head unit turns down after 20 seconds, the amplifier will shut down. And another really cool one is a thing called DC offset, and it senses a DC signal. So it's another way for the amplifier, with a lot of modern OE head units, the way they kind of work. Sometimes a DC offset switch on will be a better configuration.
DC offset, that is literally because there's some electricity being used up somewhere else.
It's sensing the car's waking up. So it's sensing effectively.
Did I hear you cough, darling? That's a whole new way of turning on an amp.
And DC literally offset. On the amplifier there's a switch on here, and you can select whichever one you prefer for the configuration you're using it in.
Maybe might sound ignorant, but there's various triggering used in pro audio and in home install, but are there any other amps that use DC offset in car yet? I've heard
honestly,
signal sensing, and of course everything uses the blue wire.
I'm not sure, but
I think that might be unique in car audio.
I think what is unique is the fact that you've got the ability to do all three.
Yes.
And you'll be able to switch independently between each one, depending on which works best for you in that configuration that you're using in the vehicle.
It's one of those
great
elegant indicators of fine engineering, and I can tell you also that I know that there are makers of amplifiers all over the world that look to these guys to be a benchmark to be. Show us these other ones, because
while you're holding that, Adam, I did mention a couple of
sorry.
others in this family. That's the 808. In exactly the same size, we have a brand new amp called the 1005.
All right.
But our two best-selling amplifiers for gel audio currently right now is the 404 4-channel and the 601. So you'd use this to run a subwoofer, and you'd use this amplifier to run your front and rears, or bridged up 200 watts into each door to run a powerful front speaker system.
These, of course, haven't yet got the badge on. That badge is supplied. You saw me waving it in the camera going, that's supplied last of all.
And if you hold up the 808, effectively the 1005 is these two amplifiers.
Yes. They've got a decent weight to them.
In one heatsink.
Wow.
So
without the two caps in the middle there.
The space that you're saving on the amplifier now, if you hold it a little bit more, you'll save yourself about another 3 to 4 inches, I would say, approximately.
That's a decent chunk of space.
And that is all compressed down.
Well, all of that goes into that chassis.
1005 amplifier.
Wow.
It's going to be an awesome piece of kit.
I just can't get over how small it is. This, tell us about this, because this is what they call NexD. Is that a proprietary thing with JL Audio?
Yeah, basically
the amp works, switching.
All Class D amplifiers, we all know what Class D is.
Well, for those who don't, explain just quickly.
Well, Class D doesn't actually stand for digital.
No.
It's the way the amplifier switches. We have Class A, Class AB. Class A is known as being very inefficient.
Yes, but always on all the time.
An enormous amount of heat for the power available. And I
spin
think
up your bill at home if you have an A at home.
I think Class A is about a 70-30 split. Is that about right?
It's pretty inefficient, but it's supposed to be nice.
Compared to the output from the amplifier. Class AB is a little bit more efficient.
A bit switching.
And in the old days, this amplifier, if you had a Class AB amplifier, would probably be nearly 4 times the size of this in terms of heatsink footprint.
Huge.
And the size of the heatsink adds a lot of weight. Obviously, you're wasting a lot of current draw from your system, available current draw from your system to produce that heat. And these amplifiers are compressed down. And the NexD technology size, Class D is very efficient anyway. NexD is the way that they've configured all the components on the boards, the way it all comes together to make that work. The end result is NexD produces an excellent sounding amplifier in an extremely compact, reliable design, very efficient design.
There we go. I just found this improbable. Make no mistake, this is more than 3/4 of a kilowatt, and it is less than 2 hand spans. Something like this would have been the size of a surfboard in the old days. Hey, there we go, with an iPhone for size.
It's probably about 2 and 3/4 of an iPhone length.
This is it. So for a fat bloke, I do have quite big hands anyway. But Mr. Chris Bennett, thank you very, very much indeed. Right now, the prices of these amplifiers, this 1000/5 V2 is 2013 £645 odd, if full retail, as it were. 700 quid is the 800/8, which is the one we'll be looking at. So that is that's a serious amplifier. I'll be interested to see this being used for sound of competitors using it actively. The crashing noises in the background are because we're at Hub of Empire, and that's actual stuff moving in a genuine warehouse on the side of that wall. But for the time being, this is Mr. Chris Bennett and Adam Rayner signing off for Talk Audio TV, having just had a good look at these new XD amps. Thanks ever so much, Chris.
You're welcome, Adam. Thank you.
See you next one.